Hello there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back, and welcome back to week 24 of Roxy's Weekly Challenge. So this is part 2 of the one she did last week, where we're making ephemera holders. Oh, sorry about that noise, it's a motorbike going past the window. We have that. Living on a high street, I'm afraid that this kind of noise of the occasional traffic going past is part and parcel, I'm afraid. It's a village, so it's not like terrible, but it's fairly regular. So sorry. Anyway, week 24, part 2 of ephemera holders in old books. So I got this far with my old book cover last week. It's a bit bent and crunchy, but it's all right. There's nothing wrong with it really. It's quite sturdy. And then we have our 2 signatures. And I have just this morning, before I started filming, I thought I was just going to come on and just film and finish. But then I realised, actually, I think Rachel said the same, that she's just added another page to each of her signatures. I don't know if she's done it for all her books, but she's certainly done it in one of them. And as I'm only working in one, I thought I might as well make the most of it. And I've also added another page in each of these 2 signatures. So, of course, that meant sticking in more pockets, etc. But I'm really happy with how this is going. As I mentioned, I've been very bad. I have been very naughty, and I have bought another pack. I haven't taken it out of this packaging. The same Stamperia background selection. The name of it is Desire. I loved it so much. I did say last week I might go and see if they've got any left in Amazon, and they did, so I bought one. And I also bought another one, different one. I got this one as well. This one is Klimt selection, which I thought was really different, but I love the colours. And I just thought this would be also really interesting to use at some point, and I just couldn't help myself because I was buying one, so I bought 2. And I thought this was lovely as well. Very different style, but the colours are great, and yeah, so I went ahead and did that. So yes, I've been a bad girl, but I live with myself. Okay, so what we need to do now is sew these signatures into the spine. So this is going to be a hidden spine, just going to be glued into here somehow. I hope I've made it the right width. Yeah, I think it'll fit. It's just because the spine is a bit curvy. So I'll just go in like that. So what I will do today is I'll sew them onto this, but I won't actually glue it in until perhaps at the end of the video, because otherwise I won't get around to doing the cover, and I would like to do the cover on camera today as well. So I'll sew the signatures into the spine, decorate the cover, and then at the very end I will glue those in so that I've got time, so they can go away and dry off camera. So I've punched my holes, and I've marked out the places where I need holes on the spine. So all I need now is Mr. Big Bite to punch the holes. So let's do that. There we are, easy as that. Right, so just trim off the little tiny bits of fabric that sometimes don't quite get detached. Okay, oops, just little bit more needing trimming. Okay, yeah, alright. Right, so instead of using that really blunt tapestry needle this time, I'm giving it a go with a slightly thinner one, just so that I don't have to have such enormous holes in my signatures, although I have made them a bit big, I suppose. But those fat tapestry needles are quite hard to push through, so I'm going to risk it with a, it's not completely blunt, but it's not particularly sharp either at the other end. Maybe this would work better. And I'm going to be doing it from this side, because then the all the joins, all the ties will be hidden inside on this side and glued in, so it won't be visible, and then the inside will be nice and neat. So, oh no, that's the front signature, isn't it? So I want to do this back signature first. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's going through much more easily. Can't see the hole, of course. Where are you? Is it there? I feel like it should be there. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. Back through the middle. Sure we're on the other side, which we're not, so just have to feed it to the other side of the string that's already there. So I've got something to tie it around. That's it. Okay, nice and tight. Which I probably can shorten this thread a little bit, can't I? Yep, I can shorten that because I don't need all of that. That goes that way. I'm trying to remember which bit I've got. That's it. Which bit do I pull to tighten it? That's the bit. Okay. Right, that's that one done. Not quite as traumatic as my usual sewing in. I was hoping that these ones would be a little bit easier, as there's only 4 pieces of paper to attach. That's that one. And I think I did change around the one that I wanted on the front of this signature to this one. I thought I'd have this on the outside because it's so pretty. So I'll change that from last. I think that was different from the last one. Right, so this one. So, oops. Let's get hold of my needle. Luckily it's still got a big enough eye to not be a problem for threading the needle. Now I have to remember to come in from the other side. In the middle. For some reason it never just goes through straight when I do it. That's it. Don't think I can hold the needle straight to save my life. It's like a bit like my tearing, isn't it? Straight is not something I'm good at. Oops. Through this one. I've got far too much thread now. Back through here. Little clips come off, but I don't think that's a problem. Back through the middle. Where's the original thread? Hang on, has it come adrift? I think I might have pulled it too hard. Oh, yes. It has come adrift, so where's it gone? Where's the end of it? Oh no, it's attached. It's still attached. Okay. Yeah. I was expecting a tail, and of course it's not a tail because I haven't cut it yet. Right, I'm just going to shorten it a bit. Shorten this piece. This is the bit that's supposed to be shortening, not this piece. Which way is it? Just remembering which way to pull it. The whole idea is not to waste too much of the thread, isn't it? Right, that's it. And then, okay, pull it that way. That's one thing about keeping your thread attached. You can't lose it and have to start again, can you? Like I thought I just had, because I forgot it was still attached. Still got a bit more left over than I should have, really, but I'll get better. I just got to keep trying, keep practicing. Okay, so now we have two gorgeous signatures, hopefully. A nice bit of space in between. Loads of room to fill the pockets. And that's going to go in like that. So I'll glue that in at the end. In the meantime, let's have a look at this cover. So it's got quite dented corners, but never mind. So I really want to use some fabric on this, first of all, some fabric and some lace, I think. So my initial thought had been to use a piece of this, which is just a fat quarter from Hobbycraft, because I liked the colour and I thought it went well. But then I had a little bit more of a dig into my stash. I found a couple more that I liked more, and now I can't quite decide which one I prefer. So I've got this piece, which I thought was really pretty and would go well. And of course there's quite a lot of this turquoise in the papers. Although it's a different shade, isn't it? So that's definitely possibly a contender, but although it's a bit thin, maybe. Then I have had this piece, and this is, I think, possibly the last piece I've got. This was actually an old dress of my younger daughter. And I think she got it second hand. So this fabric has been knocking around. I've used it for journal covers on at least 2 of my first ever journals, just for when I was learning, really. And I just think it's gorgeous. And I'm wondering whether I can use a bit of this on here, because it's got the red and it's got a bit of gold, and I just think it goes quite nicely with the sort of some of the colours in here. I don't know. I just think I really quite like this. So I think I might use a bit of that. And then I need to find some nice lace to kind of complement it a bit. So I have this bit of vintage lace that I might be able to perhaps just wrap it around, although it does, not sure the colour's quite right, it's a bit white. I have this might go quite well. This is also a piece of vintage lace. That might look rather good with it, won't it? Yeah, that might work. Let's just try this now. But it is really just a case, just covering up the spine and making it look a bit prettier. Let's find the scissors. So, as I've got a little bit of a, I don't know, funny shape there, I'm just going to cut it there. Oh, there's a seam at the top. Funny thing was, I've always loved this fabric, but my daughter hated the dress. She said to me once, years later, she said, "Why did you dress me in a curtain, Mum?" It was the style of the day, I'm afraid. These kind of fabrics. I mean, I think it was a Christmas dress of some. I think that's probably when she wore it, was probably at Christmas. But yeah, she wasn't a fan. But I liked it. And at the time, she wasn't old enough to make those decisions. That. Just wondering whether to put the lace underneath. Ooh, I wonder whether to put that down there, because obviously the white is going to show through, and then this kind of around it. I might put this underneath. Yeah. Just fiddling around, trying to get it to look how I want it to look. So I'm just going to take this edge off because that's been seamed. It's got a hem on that edge. Oh, wrong scissors. Felt differently when I was cutting. I could put that there. I don't know if I need it all the way around, if I'm going to cover it. So I do that because I need to cover up this white. So I'll need to put something else on. But yeah, I think I might just do that. I might as well just put the whole thing on, I think. Okay. How far across do I want it? I need to stick out a reasonable amount because I don't want to lose that really pretty border. So I'm just going to do it up to, yeah, nearly up to this. Well, it's sort of embossed crest or something that's on the front there. I'm going a bit heavy on the Fabri-Tac lately, so I need to fill up my bottle again. I seem to be doing that quite a lot lately. Right, don't know if I need any more of that, I might do. And then that go there. A little bit shorter. So I'm just going to put that along there, I think. I don't know if I need all of this. Might trim it a bit. I'm going to glue a bit on first and see how much I need. Right, I like that's gone on nicely. Don't think I really need to put any more lace on the back, but it is a little bit linear, or, you know, a little bit boring. I know, I mean, it's pretty, but so I'm just wondering about maybe a cluster. I pulled out my fabric clusters in my book. I do go into this book quite often actually these days. And I did go ahead and finish decorating all of these because none of them had been decorated. So I'm pleased with those, but they're not going to work on here. But, ooh, some of these might. I've got 3 here that may well. That one slipped down a bit heavy for this, I think. I put 2 pieces of double-sided tape, but it's still not holding. So I've got some options here, haven't I? So I've got this long one, which could go across like that, just to break up the linear quality of the decoration. That's an option. Not sure. Well, it's possible. There's this one, which is really pretty. I go there, go at the top, not in the middle I don't think. Maybe there would be nice. I like that. And then this one hasn't been finished. So, funnily enough, this fabric here is another one that was a dress. My daughter had the 2. They were both donated by a friend. I loved them. She hated them. But they've come in really handy for this because, you know, they're really gorgeous for working with I wonder if I've got something I can use to finish that off, or shall I go with this one? I do love that as well, with a little, and where I got this little red flower from. I think I might go with that actually, because it's finished and I love it there. Yeah, I love it there. So I think we're just going to use that just to finish off the cover, because I really like that. Don't think I want it at the bottom. No, it's definitely got to go at the top. Checking I'm filming. Yep, it's okay. I did have an incident the other day where I thought I'd turned the camera on and hadn't, but luckily I hadn't done anything I couldn't redo, so you would never know. But I didn't want to carry on sticking this on if I hadn't actually turned the camera back on. Okay. That is on there. I need to make some more of these little type of clusters. Aren't they gorgeous? Love those. Different colours. I suppose I thought, I put the red ones together because I thought they might be Christmassy, but I suspect they might get used non-Christmas. So that's my cover done. Oh, I mustn't forget to put my needle away, put it up there. So now all I really need to do, and I'll get some things ready to hold them in place. So I'll have this on one side and something else. So, as I said in the last video, I'm going to be using these for my gorgeous ladies, vintage ladies from different kits, because I do love to use them. Some of them might need cutting down a little bit. This is a bit tight. So I have these. Oh, it is too tight. I'm going to have to trim that. Otherwise it'll be all bent up. What else have I got I can put in here just to show you what's going to go in, but I won't be able to do it until this is all glued in. So I did finish cutting down my Italian ladies. I don't know if these are going to need a bit more. So it's barely wide enough, so they might all need a bit of a trim to fit. I think I might need to make them just a bit narrow, but there is a bit of leeway just to get them all to fit in, but they're going to be really lovely in there. And then in the little top pockets, where are they? I've lost them. I've lost my little ladies. Where have they gone? They've escaped. It's these ones, but there's some smaller ones. And I can't see them at the moment. I don't know why. Did I put them somewhere else? Well, they're supposed to go in there, but I don't know where they're going to go. Where they've gone. Maybe I didn't put them back when I was looking at them the other day. And in my tray. Oh well. I have these as well, these little ones. They're a bit tall, so they'll go in further along. They'll go in here, where I move the pockets down a bit further. So anyway, I will fill this up, and you will see it because I will be using it to make some ephemera. Let's just put these all back in I've got more piled in this box and it's a bit tight, and as you can tell I can't always find what I want because they're all higgledy-piggledy. So I think this is really going to be useful to have them all. And they're just going to look so lovely, these lovely ladies all just arrayed in my book. Right, so let's just do a bit of gluing. Let's hope I've got enough fabric left to get this finished. How are we doing? Some in here as well. I'm hoping it's going to connect okay because it is quite curved. I think it's the curviest spine I've ever done or dealt with, because I've always made spine. When I've used an old book, which hasn't been very often, I've made spines. But this time, it's the first time I've worked with the spine that belongs to the book. So now let's get that right in the middle and bring it down far enough. Just try and get it. Where's the middle? Bit between the two. Where's my pen folder? Oh, oh. Let's hope it's settled into the space. I think it has. Feels like it is. The good thing about using Fabri-Tac is it really grabs quickly. I mean, it can be a good and a bad thing. If you need to adjust it, it can be too late. But I hope it feels as though it's about alright. Looks okay. So I'm just going to I think I'm going to do what Rachel did and give it a chance to properly settle into place. Hopefully these two things will hold it. These are the heaviest things I have around me. Right, so they'll hold it nicely together. And that should, with any luck, that will be settled. And it will glue and I can use it. Well, I'll fill it. I think before I can fill it, I'll have to start just trimming some of those Italian lady images, won't I? So I can fit it in. I often cut them smaller anyway. So there we are. That's the second part of Roxy's Weekly Challenge, part 2, week 24. Yes, this is week 24, part 2 of the last week's challenge. So I'm filming it on the Saturday before I go on holiday, and you will see it on the Saturday the day I come home. So hello from Jersey, because very briefly I will be in Jersey while when this is first scheduled to come up, but I'm actually going to be coming home today. And I've already scheduled, I've already got videos certainly for Monday coming, and so hopefully there won't be any gap, because I've had quite a fun time just trying to doing some filming ahead. I wasn't sure how much ahead I'd get to be able to film ahead, but I managed it, so I should be okay. Wednesday could be another Roxy's Weekly Challenge, because that's my normal day to do Roxy. I've been doing them on a Saturday just because other things, just to try and catch up. But I am all caught up now, so with any luck, next Wednesday will be, the coming Wednesday for you will be next Roxy's Weekly Challenge. Fingers crossed. Okay, having said all that, I'm totally confused I'm sure, confusing myself, because I haven't been filming in order. So some of the things I've been talking about, you haven't seen yet. I've been filming all out of order just to try and get ahead. So, yeah. Let's hope that made a little bit of sense. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.